Karimbu County, Mr. Sampson and his fish farming. In Karimbu County, the heavy rainfall from March to May 2024 wreaked havoc on local fish farming. Among the affected was Mr. Sampson, a dedicated farmer who found his livelihood threatened by the relentless floods. As the waters rose, Mr. Sampson faced a daunting situation. The flooding introduced a mix of pollutants into his fish pond, fertilizer, debris, and silt that severely degraded the water quality. This created a hostile environment for the fish, making survival increasingly difficult. These challenges didn't stop there. The floodwater surged so strongly that many fish escaped from the pond, leading to a significant loss of stocks. This unexpected turn of events left Mr. Sampson grappling with the harsh reality of diminished resources. The economic fallout was profound, with the reduction in fish stock and the destruction of essential infrastructures. Mr. Sampson saw his economic plummet. The combination of these challenges not only threatened his business, but also his family's well-being. Mr. Sampson's experience highlights the urgent need for improved management strategies to protect fish farming in the face of increasingly severe weather events. As he reflects on the impacts of the floods, he understands that resilience and adaptation are crucial for the future of farmers like him in Kaimbo County. Now he calls on local authorities, agricultural organizations, and community leaders to take action. Investing in better flood management system, providing support for affected fish farmers, and implementing sustainable practices are essential steps to safeguard livelihoods and ensure the survival of fish farming in the region. Together, they can build a more resilient future for all.
Okay, kwa majina yangu kamili ni Catherine Kabiru, kutoka katika kundi la wasichana inayojiita Young Resilient Advocacy Network.
With Catherine Kabiru's advocacy in Matari community. Catherine Kabiru stands at the forefront of a movement within a community, representing a girls' youth group known as the Young Resilience Advocacy Network. In her region, the relentless march of climate change has become a grim reality, disproportionately affecting women, children, and youth. Recently, catastrophic floods swept through the area, leaving a trail of devastation. The impact was particularly harsh on young mothers, who not only lost their homes, but also their access to vital health services, plunging them into a struggle for survival. In the aftermath, survivors sought refuge in makeshift safe spaces. Schools and churches turned into shelters, where despair mingled with a flicker of hope. Generous donations of food, bedding, and clothing provided some immediate relief, yet the scars ran deep. While many have returned to their homes, they face an uphill battle, grappling with the psychological trauma and financial instability wrought by the floods. Their livelihood, once steady, now hung by a thread, leaving them in the state of uncertainty. Catherine Kabiru, fueled by stories of her community, feels an urgent call to action. She recognizes that the very fabric of their lives is at risk, and education is the key to resilience. She passionately urges governments, organizations, and stakeholders to focus on empowering young women in her area. With knowledge about climate change and its far-reaching consequences, many residents lived too close to the river, their homes built in ignorance of the luring danger. For generations, they had weathered storms, never anticipating the severity of floods they now face. Determined to effect change, Catherine invites her neighborhood to participate in a training session focused on climate awareness and climate preparedness. She reaches out to government officials and community leaders, imploring them to lend their voice and resource to this critical cause. Through Catherine's relentless advocacy, a sense of hope begins to blossom amidst the devastation. She believes that by honing the efforts, they can forge a path towards a more sustainable future. Her story is not just one of struggle. It is a powerful testament to the resilience of a human spirit and the transformative power of community action. In the face of climate change, Catherine stands as a beacon of hope, inspiring others to rise and reclaim their narrative, ensuring that no one is left behind. She calls on everyone, individuals, organizations, and leaders to join her in this critical fight. Together, we can create awareness, build resilience, and ensure that no community is left behind. Let us stand together to address climate change and safeguard our future.
Majina naitwa Bivali Akini Kukuo. Mimi ni mkazi wa Mathare Mradi. Mimi ni mmoja wa waathiriwa. Nyumba yangu ilikuwa ile sehemu na venye maji ilikuja ilishtua.
Beverly Akinyi-Odo's resilience. Beverly Akinyi-Odo lives in Matari, Miradi, an area recently devastated by catastrophic floods. Her home, nestled in a lowland, was engulfed by the rushing waters, obliterating everything she cherished. In those frantic moments of escape, as the floodwaters surged, Beverly's heart sank. Her children were unable to attend school, their books and supplies swept away in the deluge. Among the losses were her children's birth certificates, documents that now feels like distant memories, unrenewed and lost in the chaos. Once a small business owner, Beverly's livelihood was washed away along with her inventory and cherished household items, including essential electronics. When the waters finally receded, she clung to the hope of returning to her home, only to find the remnants of her life demolished by government actions. The authorities explained that her house had been built on riparian land, a cruel twist of fate that left her homeless. Desperation set in as Beverly searched for a new shelter. With her business destroyed and no savings left, finding a place to live became an insurmountable challenge. Her brother, once a bright student, has become unable to return to school. The funds she had saved for his fees were lost in the floods. Now Beverly and her family survive on menial jobs and barely meet their daily needs. A stark contrast to the stability they once knew. The psychological toll of the disaster looms large over them. Beverly has never witnessed such devastation before, and her child, traumatized by the experience, now flinching at the sight of water, a haunting reminder of their ordeal. Beverly's message is one of urgency and hope. She implores everyone who can help to support her community in rebuilding their lives. They face not only the challenge of recovery but also a lack of access to essential health care. The nearest hospital in Matari North is too far and with adequate sanitation facilities. The threat of waterborne disease like cholera is ever present. While Beverly has a limited understanding of climate change, she recognizes the need of awareness and education to empower her community against flood disasters. She calls on NGOs, government bodies, and compassionate individuals to join forces in creating programs that educate and support vulnerable communities like hers. Together, let us act, let us stand with Beverly and her neighbors, ensuring they receive the resources and knowledge needed to reclaim their lives and build a resilient future. The time for action is now, because no one should have to face such devastation alone.
Tulikuwa tunakaa pale chini kwa maji, karibu na maji. Maji ilitubeba kila kitu. Tulikuwa nauza hapo chini. Vitu zilienda na maji. Tulisikia tu usiku maji ikakuja. Sasa hakuna venye tungefanya, tungetafuta tu njia ya kutoka. Sasa huwezi ng'ang'ana na mambo ya kutoa vitu na ng'ang'ana na mambo ya watoto, wewe ujitoe.
Evelyn Atieno survival. Evelyn Atieno once lived near the river, a place that felt like home until the night everything changed. The river, once a source of comfort, unleashed its fury, overflowing its banks with terrifying speed. In an instant, Evelyn's world was upended as the rushing water swept away everything she held dear. Her household items, her dreams, and the small business she had worked tirelessly to build. As the night darkened, the source of the raging river grew louder, drowning out any sense of safety. With her children by her side, Evelyn was faced with an agonizing choice: to save her belongings or their lives. In that harrowing moment, survival took precedence. Clutching only a few clothes in the wash basin, she fled, leaving behind a life that had taken years to establish. After the flood, Evelyn and her family sought refuge on higher ground, searching for a sense of normalcy amid the wreckage of their past. Though she has resumed her small business, the journey to rebuild has been steep and fraught with challenges. The loss of her inventory and the upheaval of her life weigh heavily on her shoulders. Every day is a struggle, and the vibrant dreams she once had for a family feel distant and out of reach. Evelyn's heart carries the burden of loss, and she reaches out with a humble plea for help. Recovery feels like a distant shore, and the resources she once relied upon have been washed away. She seeks assistance from well wishers, whether in the form of clothing or school supplies for her children who now face the daunting task of adapting to a new life. In her eyes, however, there remains a flicker of hope. Evelyn believes that with community support, she can rise again. She invites anyone willing to join her on this path of recovery, reminding us all that each act of kindness can help restore not just her family's stability, but also their dignity and resilience. In the face of adversity, Evelyn stands as a testament to the strength of the human spirit, showing that even after the fiercest storms, we can begin to rebuild and claim our lives.
Lakini nimeishi hapa kutoka 92. Hii area nimejenga 1997.
Moses Ojijo struggles after the flood. Moses Ojijo, a resilient man born in Homa Bay, moved to Mathare in Nairobi country in 1992 to make a home for his family. In 1997, he poured his heart and soul into constructing 9 rental houses, transforming his dreams into a reality. For years, those homes were not just structures, they were the foundation of his family's livelihood, providing the income necessary to feed and educate his children. But then disaster struck. A relentless series of storms unleashed devastating floods, turning the river into a raging torrent. The waters swept through the community with unforgiving force, and Moses' rental business was obliterated. In the blink of an eye, everything he had worked for was lost. Faced with this overwhelming tragedy, Moses made the heart-wrenching decision to ask his wife to stay with relatives. The home that once echoed with laughter had become uninhabitable, a painful reminder of their losses. On top of that, Moses had taken out a loan from the SACCO to build those houses, and now he found himself trapped in a cycle of debt without any income to sustain his family. Since losing his job in 2000, he had been struggling to make ends meet with menial work, but now even that seemed impossible. The emotional toll on his family has been profound. His wife, burdened with stress, sometimes faints while speaking, her health deteriorating under the weight of the situation. In a bid to shield their children from the harsh realities of their life, Moses sent them to the village, knowing he could not provide them with a stable home. The day the demolition occurred, Moses was away. His son Junior called him, voice shaking with fear, to deliver the devastating news. When Moses returned, he was met with a scene of utter destruction. His homes, once filled with life, now lay in ruins. As he sifted through the debris, he discovered one room that had somehow survived the onslaught. That small space became his refuge, the only place he could claim as his own amid the chaos. Survival has become a daunting challenge for Moses. Although some government officials came to record their names, meaningful assistance has been painfully slow to arrive. The only support he has received has come from friends, family, and their church offerings of food and a few essentials. A kind friend even gifted him some clothes, but it hardly felt sufficient. Moses' story is one of resilience and a call for action. He urges the government to consider the lives affected by such demolitions and to conduct thorough assessments before taking drastic measures. He believes that the lives of people like him should matter, and he hopes for support and compensation to help rebuild their shattered lives. As he stands amidst the rubble of his past, Moses clings to the hope that with the right support, he and his family can rise from the ashes and reclaim their future.
So hi everyone, my name is Dennis Juma, popularly I'm known as Ospina, and I just turned 28 last week.
Dennis Juma's Urban Farming Initiative. Dennis Juma stands amidst the vibrant greens of what was once a barren dumping site in Liberia, one of Africa's largest slums. At just 28 years old, he embodies a spirit of resilience and hope, driven by a profound commitment to combat food insecurity and the impacts of climate change. As the founder of the Interface Initiative, Dennis has transformed this desolate patch of land into a thriving urban farm, a sanctuary where the seeds of knowledge and sustainability are sown. Standing in what was once a dumping site, Dennis proudly pointed out that just 3 months ago, this area was transformed into a thriving urban farm. His goal is clear and urgent: to educate children and the local community about urban farming and the fundamental concepts of organic production. This project is essential for teaching our community about food security, he explained, emphasizing the importance of fostering a new generation that understands the value of sustainable practices. The farm features a rotational farming system that grows local crops like onions and cucumbers, chosen for their resilience to the unpredictable weather patterns that often plague the region, making it easier for community members to manage. He noted, "We want to show that even a small space can be utilized for significant purposes." Dennis has introduced a drip irrigation system to combat the chronic issue of water scarcity, but this solution comes with its challenges. Fetching water from distant sources is a daily struggle, especially during the dry season when every drop counts. With the current dry season, we're facing even more difficulties, he admitted. Yet, it's not just the physical barriers that Dennis faces. There's a palpable gap in the community understanding of urban farming practices. Aware of this, he has organized educational programs and exchange initiatives designed to bridge this divide. We must mobilize resources to bring everyone together and educate them about the vital work happening here. He insists, recognizing that collective action is essential for real change. The narrow corridors of Kibera complicate transportation, making it difficult to move supplies and resources. Despite these logistical hurdles, Dennis remains optimistic. The community's response has been incredibly positive, and the vegetation is thriving. He shares, his eyes lighting up with pride. Looking towards the future, Dennis envisions expanding this initiative to touch the lives of more children and young people across Liberia. There are 13 villages here, and we've only just begun, he reflects. His ambition is to replicate this project in other areas, educating residents about climate action and sustainable practices that can heal both the land and their communities. He believes that with more educational programs focused on climate action and sustainable farming, they can empower the community to invest in solutions that benefit both the environment and food security. As he described the process of setting up the urban farm, Dennis explained the careful consideration given to selecting the right space and materials. We use recycled plastic for growing vegetation and natural soil sourced from Jomo Kenyatta University, as the local soil is often contaminated, he noted. The soil is sieved and mixed with manure to ensure it is fertile before planting. Regular testing of soil toxicity is essential to maintain optimal growing conditions. Dennis actively fosters community involvement, inviting children and locals to participate in the farming process. When everyone takes care of the crops, it becomes a shared responsibility, he emphasized. He is excited about the upcoming harvest, expecting to see the first fruits of their labor in just 2 to 3 weeks, all of which will be shared with local schools and community members. In this urban oasis, Dennis is not merely cultivating crops, he is just nurturing a sense of community resilience and hope. As he concludes, he expresses gratitude for the opportunity to share his vision. His dedication to transforming Canberra through urban farming is a powerful reminder that even in the harshest of environments, with determination and collaboration, seeds of change can take root and flourish. Through the Interface Initiative, Dennis Juma is planting not just food, but the possibility of a brighter, more sustainable future for his community.
Champions Youth Initiative. My name is Dunya Majoni, and I'm the chairperson of this group, which is Whispers Champions Youth Initiative. Our main activities were mostly on environment. That is, we do garbage collection, we do tree nursery establishment like you're seeing here, and we also plant trees.
With Dunya Majoni and the Whispers Champions Youth Initiative. In the heart of Nairobi, where the vibrant pulse of urban life often drowns out the whisper of nature, Dunya Majoni emerges as a powerful symbol of hope and resilience. As the chairperson of the Whispers Champions Youth Initiative, he leads a dedicated group of young people committed to environmental conservation, a mission that is both urgent and transformative in a city grappling with rapid development and ecological degradation. Dunya's journey into environmental activism began with a profound realization. The world they inherited is a precious gift, and it is their scared duty to nurture it for generations to come. We found a beautiful environment, and it is up to us to ensure that those who come after us can enjoy it too. He reflects, his voice filled with both passion and conviction. These guiding principles fuels the initiative's core activities, which includes garbage collection, maintaining tree nurseries, and planting trees that will stand as living legacies. Here, we focus on indigenous trees like crouton, silver ochre, and the Wabrugia eugenesis. Dunya explains, gesturing towards the thriving greenery that surrounds them. These species are not only well suited to our local climate and altitude, but they also play a crucial role in restoring the balance of our ecosystem. Each tree they plant symbolizes hope, renewal, and a commitment to healing the planet. Dunya emphasizes their approach. We don't just plant and walk away. We monitor their growth to ensure they contribute to carbon sequestration and provide habitat for local wildlife. The initiative's reach extends beyond their immediate surroundings, planting trees in various neighborhoods throughout Nairobi. We've planted over 2,000 trees in Daragoti alone. Dunya shares with pride, his eyes shining as he recounts the impact of their efforts. The team has also ventured into the Nongo River area and beyond, creating a ripple effect of environmental stewardship that inspires those who witness their work. Water, an essential lifeline for their activities, flows abundantly from nearby springs and wells. We are blessed with this resource, Dunia acknowledges. Gratitude evidence in his tune, yet the journey is fraught with challenges. Sourcing seed can be difficult, he admits, pointing to the raising cost of seedlings, which can reach around 300 Kenyan shillings for a single young tree. In response, the team has adopted a resourceful approach, collecting seeds from their local environments and nurturing them for seed to sapling. This not only sustains their project, but also reinforces their commitment to environmental sustainability. Dunia's vision extends beyond mere planting. He is deeply committed to inspiring others to join the cause. I always tell the youth that even planting 1 or 2 trees can make a difference. He encourages, instilling a sense of urgency and responsibility in those around him. His word resonates deeply, igniting a spark of activism in the hearts of his peers and the broader community. As he stands among the trees they've nurtured, Dunia feels a profound sense of purpose. Each tree represents not just commitment to environment, but also a promise of a brighter future. His vision for the Whispers Champions Youth Initiative transcends mere conservation. He seeks to cultivate a legacy of environmental awareness and action that will thrive in the continuity of generations to come. Through the Whispers Champions Youth Initiative, Dunia Majoni is not just planting trees. He is sowing the seed of a movement rooted in hope and commitment to the earth. His unwavering dedication serves as a powerful reminder that, even in the face of adversity, the action of passionate individuals can inspire a collective movement towards a greener, more sustainable future. In a world of often overshadowed by challenges, Dunia stands tall, embodied the belief that together they can create a flourishing ecosystem for all.
I think what I can tell them, this earth is ours. This wonderful earth is ours. Let us protect it. Nobody can protect it. If you have the chance to protect it, be it in garbage collection, be it in tree planting, be it in any kind of environment, please do so. Just protect the earth. The earth is ours. Nobody can come out of the space and come and protect it for us. The earth is ours.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.